Here's another headline. This is not my words. It's another headline. The U.S. government is lying, it says, and evidence of aliens exists. Another headline. Let's check it out.
We are not alone, maybe. In an interview presented in a News Nation special report, Confessions of a UFO Hunter, News Nation special correspondent Ross Colhart spoke with Luis Elizondo, a former senior intelligence official and special agent who made international headlines when he revealed the Pentagon's secret UFO program in a bombshell New York Times story. During the special, Mr. Elizondo spoke of the government's knowledge of other life forms. Let's watch.
We've been recovering spacecraft. Alien spacecraft.
The United States has been involved in the recovery of objects, vehicles of unknown origin that are neither from our country or any other foreign country that we're aware of.
Alien bodies, biologics.
We as a nation have been interested in not only the vehicles themselves, but the occupants of these vehicles to include biological specimens.
Aliens, non-human intelligences, are real, and they have been engaging with humans.
Now look at his face. Look at his face, y'all. Look at his face. Now, I'm not a profile reader, so I'm asking, does this look like, this is a real legit question for me, does this look like the face of somebody telling a lie to you? Because it's either, I don't see it, I don't see a lie, or it's just, I'm not good at reading faces. But to me, it looks like he's telling the truth. Now, you take that with a grain of salt.
Humanity.
Ross, we're not alone. We are not alone in this universe, and it is a simple fact. And the U.S. government has been aware of that fact now for decades.
The full special airs tonight on News Nation at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Joining us now to discuss it all is a journalist who has spent a lot of time covering UFOs at News Nation, correspondent Brian Entin. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Brian, News Nation really started reporting on the UFO issue last year with the David Grush interview. How does this new conversation move the story forward?
Yeah, well, I think we get more details from Elizondo. Our big exclusive with David Grush obviously opened up a huge can of worms. You had the hearings on Capitol Hill and all sorts of new questions about what the government really knows. But Elizondo is sort of the original whistleblower. He came forward years ago. He was actually running the program in the Pentagon that investigates UFOs, and says that he became just like so upset that they weren't taking these things seriously. He felt like he was being stonewalled, that he left his job and has now gone public with his story. And you can tell in the interview that he did with Ross, I mean, he's very, very careful about what he's saying. We saw the same thing with David Grush, is because both of them still hold these national security clearances. They had the top level clearances. They have to be careful about what they say. A lot of what they say, they have to run through the Pentagon to see if they're allowed to actually talk about it. So Elizondo is careful.
That's nuts. They're still in control. The people you're trying to out about what's going on and what's not being told to the public, you still have to run it by them and get an okay that you could say this. So imagine what hasn't been said yet. This is nuts.
Careful, you can tell there's more he wants to reveal that he won't, but still you'll see in the special tonight, it's 9 o'clock Eastern on News Nation. He says a lot.
Yeah, our viewers know that I have a lot of skepticism of these stories precisely because of the withholding that takes place from the people who are interviewed. They say they can't explain, it's a security, it's a clearance matter, it's a legal matter, but okay, but if you were the person to reveal where the physical evidence, the physical remains of alien life is being kept, I mean, there's physical evidence to the things they're alleging, not just that lights have been seen in the skies by various people, but that there's some remains that's in a warehouse, that's in the possession of the government. Well, then my next question is always, well, where and why can't you tell me? Your reasons that you can't tell me don't seem as significant as the fact that if you did explain, this would be the most, important revelation in all of human history. And you're saying there's some technical legal reason you can't give me more? It raises my, my BS meter.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's fair, Robbie. And look, I'm a skeptic too. I think it's healthy to go into these stories as a skeptic, just like you would as any other story. Elizondo, he does give more information about locations than other people that we've interviewed in the past, which was interesting. And you're going to see in the special. I mean, he talks about Health and Human Services and says that they had some of these, they call them biologics. So, when you hear like they have aliens, you think like the movies and all of the little creatures that we've seen on TV, but that's not necessarily the case. I mean, he talks about the fact that some of these biologics may have come from beneath the ocean. They may not even be coming from outer space. And a biologic, it could be something as small as, like something they found on a rock. It's just something that scientists have discovered is non-human and is evidence that there's something else out there. And in terms of locations, I mean, he does give a few. I mean, he makes clear that he doesn't know where this evidence, these biologics are being held right now at the moment, but he talks about the Department of Health and Human Services. And he names a couple of other U.S. agencies too. He says that they've been passed around from agency to agency over the years so that different experts, can study them, try to figure out exactly what these things are.
Now, I have to say, I'm a skeptic that aliens aren't real. I think it's more likely than not that we're not alone in the universe. And there are so many people who have been whistleblowers who have risked, losing their careers, losing their security clearance over what they're telling the public because they feel it's so important. And Luz said he really stuck his neck out to share this story. He left his Pentagon job and lost his family home. Can you tell us about that?
He was in the highest pay bracket for a federal employee. He was making a good living. He was at the top of his field in terms of being, an intelligence officer. He was the head of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Program, which studies UFOs. But again,
now who would risk that? Who would let that go? Somebody who probably can't sleep at night. It's probably like irking him to so bad and so much that it's bothering him. It's stressing him out. Like, it's only so long you can go with that information, that type, especially if you're a good person. If you're a bad person, you don't care. You're going to make your money, and it doesn't matter what the public knows. And if it happens, whatever. It is what it is. But if you're a good person, a good-hearted person, that's going to bother you and eat at you. To the point where you say, I can't take it no more. I gotta say something.
And he says he became so frustrated with the fact that he didn't believe that the government was really letting them go far enough. And he felt like there was a cover-up going on, which is something we also heard from David Grush, that, that the government, that there's a secret part of the government that knows these secrets and doesn't want them exposed. That whether that reason is national security, that's something that Elizondo talks about tonight. I mean, there's this claim that you've got different governments trying to replicate the technology of some of these UFOs for national defense, which goes back to Robbie's point. I mean, that could be one reason that it is all kept so secret still. I mean, let's not forget, you had these hearings, real hearings on Capitol Hill, lawmakers on both sides, Democrats and Republicans, coming forward and saying we're trying to get information and we feel like we're being stonewalled. So, is it really like aliens, like I said, from the movies, and do they really have some crash craft? We don't know, but it does appear that there's something that they're keeping secret.
Yeah, the government withholding information is a totally plausible aspect of this. We know that the government, for instance, knows more about the origins of COVID than they have disclosed, even when everyone in Congress and the president vote for and sign a bill saying more disclosures here. We still don't get them because there's this level of knee-jerk secrecy. So that part is totally understandable. You brought up, the flurry of hearings of congressional interest and activity that took place a few months ago as a result of a lot of the great reporting that News Nation did on this front. Was there any, where was that left off? What did anything come of that? There was, a lot of frustration on the part of the Congress members asking questions and looking into it. Was there some mandate for action that came out of it?
So, I mean, the Pentagon now has a program where they say they're going to investigate anyone from within the government who comes forward and says that they have information about UFOs that they feel like is being covered up. So that's something new. There's also going to be more hearings. Apparently, we've heard that for a while, but they've been in the planning stages. Obviously, there's a lot going on right now in politics and with the presidential election. So, that may be part of the delay. But, if you watch the hearings, I mean, there's videos out there that the Pentagon has released themselves. I mean, there's the Tic Tac video. You guys have seen it. It's like that little Tic Tac looking object that the fighter pilots were able to film out over the ocean. They saw it twice. They saw it one time off the coast of Florida, one time off the coast of California. And the Pentagon has released those videos and said, we don't know what this thing is. It's clearly not technology that the U.S. government has. I mean, the way that it's flying, you can tell it, it descends like 50,000 feet. I forget how many seconds. I mean, it's not something that our planes could do. So, they've released some of the videos themselves and said, we don't know what these things are. So it's interesting when you really start to think about it.
So, Brian, that interview with Lou Elizondo looks like a bombshell interview. Can you give us a preview of what else we can expect in this special tonight?
Yeah, so basically, he goes through, and again, he's got the national security clearances. He has to be careful about what he can say, but he talks about the program that he was a part of. He talks about the way that he feels he was stonewalled. He talks about where he believes the crashed craft, the biologics, were held within the government. He also talks about these private companies and their role in all of this, and he names names, which a lot of other people haven't done in the past. Companies like Lockheed Martin, Boeing. What a lot of these whistleblowers say is that there's these private contracts with these companies over the years, which have helped to keep the secret and helped to keep it out of the government, the government being in full control and there being disclosure. So he talks a lot about that.
And you wonder how some of these companies keep obtaining these contracts and what are they doing? It's like, it's so crooked and corrupt, man, that you just have to laugh because you're just like, wow, y'all are really doing this to us? Wow.
And he talks about what his family has gone through since he came forward, again, losing his job and sort of, the implications of all of that. So the special is at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, Friday night. And then we've got a live special, which I'm anchoring at 10 o'clock, where we're going to have a panel of experts to kind of go over what Elizondo said, how believable is it, that kind of thing. So it should be an interesting night.
We
Especially
will be
if you're
watching.
sick of politics by now. It's something you can get your mind off the DNC for one night.
Yes, this is a very refreshing palate cleanser. Thank you so much, Brian, for previewing that for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Several strange, mysterious lights were sighted over Palmdale, California on August 16th this year. Numerous residents from both Palmdale and nearby Lancaster reported seeing what appeared to be multiple UFOs hovering above their homes for over 15 minutes. Witnesses described these lights as small orbs performing unusual maneuvers, such as zigzagging and making abrupt stops, unlike anything they had ever seen before.
It's weird, man. When the one over there looks like it's really like
it's not burning up.
no.
So trippy.
Yes, it is.
What is that, Mom? Ma, you see this?
No. Holy shit. What the hell is that?
What is happening?
The nature of these sightings has left many puzzled. Witnesses describe objects that could rapidly change direction, hover in place, and sometimes appear as clusters of lights or orbs. One particular notable report mentioned over 60 small orbs hovering for more than 15 minutes, capturing the attention of many in the area.
How does it feel to live in a world where you just don't know what is what when you look in the sky? You don't know what is what. You're just looking up and just like, what is that? Is that us? Is that them? Is it real? Is it fake? You just don't know what is what.
Are they lanterns? Oh my gosh, guys.
Speculation about these sightings have been rampant. Some suggest these could be drones, possibly linked to defense testing, especially given Palmdale's proximity to Edwards Air Force Base, a site known for advanced aerospace projects. Interestingly, there's also mention of a Pokemon-themed drone light show in Hawaii, leading to speculation that some of the Palmdale videos might have been mistaken for this event.
Bro, what the? What? Why isn't my phone focusing? What is happening right now? Where are you going? It's landing.
Social media platforms have been flooded with videos and discussions as residents continue to share their footage and experiences. While some believe these could be advanced aircraft or drones, others are leaning towards more out-of-this-world explanations, especially given the odd flight patterns. But what do you think? Could there be something more to these strange lights in the sky? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Something truly mysterious has recently unfolded in Ibiza, leaving both locals and tourists baffled. It all began with an unusual sighting near Esvedra, a spot already steeped in mystique. Tourists and locals reported seeing a bright, fast-moving object in the sky. This unexpected event has sparked widespread discussion and speculation, with many wondering if what they witnessed could be something out of this world. What appears to be a white, circular light quickly darts across the sky in ways that defies typical aircraft behaviour. The strange movement and sudden disappearance of the object caused this video to go viral, capturing the attention of millions and fueling debates across social media platforms. But what exactly are we seeing here? Theories range.
Like, that thing is so fast, like, he couldn't even react fast enough. You see how delayed he was to even turn to see where it went? Like, that's a whole nother level of speed we haven't seen yet.
From the extraordinary to the more grounded, but the true nature of the sighting remains a topic of intense curiosity. And what makes this even more intriguing is the historical context of the area. The Balearic Islands, and Ibiza in particular, have long been associated with unexplained phenomena, including the famous Manises case from 1979, where a near collision with unidentified lights left a lasting mark on UFO lore. Could this latest sighting be connected to these past events, or is it something entirely new? As the mystery deepens, so do the questions. But what do you think this is? Could this be the real deal? A real UFO? Or is there another story behind these sightings? Earlier this year, two rather interesting sightings popped up on the internet. The first sighting was sighted over SRQ Sarasota Bradenton International Airport in Florida. A strange orb, which looked sort of metallic, was seen flying through the air, and someone spotted it and recorded the following footage. makes this even more mysterious is the absence of visible propulsion systems or wings on the object. This has led to various speculations, with some suggesting it could be a top-secret military craft, while others believe it might be evidence of extraterrestrial activity. But it gets weirder. Later on that same day, a plane passenger travelling from the city of Bogota to Salento in Colombia was casually looking out of the plane window when they saw something very strange flying fast above the clouds.
Like when I see those things flying like that, it just makes me think they've been given permission to fly. It just like they've been permission to fly above the clouds, stay up there where nobody really can see you. It just looks too comfortable to me. That's what it is. It just looks like it knows where it's going. It's been here, and it's safe. It feels safe, and it's not worried about anything. No zigzagging, trying to avoid things or hide if it sees the plane. No, it's just flying past. Like, we've been given permission.
UFO fanatics quickly flooded social media claiming it looks similar to the unidentified aerial phenomena or UAPs that have been making rounds on social media, like the infamous gimbal UFO video released back in 2020, which has been confirmed to have been recorded in 2015 by US Navy fighter plane pilots via an infrared camera. And to this day, this footage remains a true UFO sighting. This sphere-like object and this spinning saucer object are believed to be UFOs, just like the gimbal UFO. But what do you think these things seen in the sky are? A new and mysterious UFO sighting has captured the attention of both the public and experts alike. Known as the jellyfish UFO, the phenomenon has sparked significant discussion, particularly after renowned UFO investigator Jeremy Corbell released footage of the event. But what exactly did this footage reveal, and why has it become such a hot topic? Let's see. The footage in question was allegedly captured over a US joint operations base in Iraq back in 2018. What makes this sighting so unique is the object's appearance. It resembles a jellyfish with what seems to be tentacles or appendages hanging down. What's even more intriguing is that this object was visible through thermographic or forward-looking infrared, aka FLIR technology, suggesting that it might not have been visible to the naked eye or through standard night vision. According to reports, the object exhibited behavior that defies conventional understanding. It moved over a sensitive military installation before heading over water. What happened next is where things get really strange. It reportedly submerged into water for about 17 minutes before re-emerging and then rapidly departing at a speed too fast for the camera to capture clearly. The object displayed what's been described as positive lift, without any visible means of propulsion, adding to its already mysterious nature. The release of this footage has led to a mix of reactions. Some viewers speculate that the object could be anything from a balloon to a military drone, but others are convinced that it's something far more anomalous. The rapid colour changes observed in the infrared footage have particularly caught the attention of experts like Dr. Matthew Zydagis, who pointed out that known objects can't change temperature that quickly, which would be required to create such effects in infrared. Adding to the intrigue, no one has debunked the video and hasn't confirmed its authenticity either, labelling it as a UAP an unidentified aerial phenomenon, and the fact that nobody has commented has fueled further speculation about what this object could be. Jeremy Corbell has hinted that there's more to this story, claiming that additional footage exists which could further demonstrate the object's extraordinary capabilities. He mentioned the term transmedium travel, suggesting that this object can move seamlessly between air and water, a feat not typical of any known technology. The jellyfish UFO has ignited widespread discussion on social media platforms like X, with debates raging about its authenticity, the nature of the object, and what it could mean for our understanding of UFOs or UAPs. This sighting isn't just another addition to the growing list of UFO encounters, it's a case that challenges our understanding of technology, physics, and what might be out there in our skies and waters. As the debate continues, one thing is clear: the jellyfish UFO is a mystery that has captured the imagination of many, and it raises more questions than it answers. So what do you think? Could this be evidence of an advanced technology we're not yet aware of? Or is there a more conventional explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
I think the crazier part is, like, we haven't seen, like he said, we haven't seen all that it can do. Like, its capabilities. If that doesn't make you nervous and at the same time angry, this is ultimately your life.
A recent incident in Iran has left locals absolutely stunned. On May the 25th this year, residents of Tehran reported seeing mysterious lights in the sky, described as bright green and moving in a synchronized pattern. One witness, who was on their way home late one night, noticed these lights approaching and decided to record it. The footage he captured has sparked intense speculation and debate about what exactly was hovering above the city that night. What you're about to see is a mysterious UFO sighting that has everyone talking.
این چیه دیگه تو آسمون؟ چرا عجیبه؟ داره میاد جلو.
The event, which happened in Tehran, sparked widespread debate, with many speculating that it could be an extraterrestrial craft. The UFO was reported at 4 different locations, and one video even captured a whirring sound as it moved directly overhead. And what makes this sighting even more intriguing is that several witnesses from different parts of the city managed to capture similar footage of these synchronized lights. A Reddit user on the subreddit @aliens commented saying, "At this point, there's no reason not to believe or take these things seriously." Theories swirled on social media, with some noting the absence of reflections in nearby buildings. Doubts were also raised about the digital zoom applied to the footage, leading to skepticism. But despite the doubts, many are convinced this is genuine footage of a real UFO. Could this sighting be the proof we've been searching for? Or is there another explanation? Use the comments to share your thoughts. We've just launched our YouTube membership program, and I'm excited to invite more content so you never late go an afternoon and uploaded it to the internet claiming it to be a UFO. Comments quickly flooded in, with many agreeing with the original uploader that they captured a UFO. Here's the footage.
Now this one here, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't know. I don't know which side of the line I fall on this one. I don't know, man. This one has been, I've seen it. It's gone crazy viral, and I don't know, man.
An object with a swirling light around it can be seen in the sky, but what exactly is it? Viewers say it's a UFO, with some users like TXC Henderson stating that this is, quote, still one of the most compelling videos I've ever seen. But is it a UFO? Let me know. This next clip was recorded somewhere in Costa Rica. Late one afternoon, while stuck in traffic, a driver looked out of their window and noticed something rather mysterious in the sky. They pulled out their phone and captured this. A flying saucer-shaped object can be seen floating through the sky, and the camera holder can't believe what he's seeing. Clearly confused, his friend asks, "What is it?" To which someone can be heard saying, "I don't know." The footage remains a mystery to this day, with many believing that this is a UFO, although some remain skeptical. But what's your verdict? Caught on camera early in June, a quote, real huge UFO was caught on video in Hungary. In the early hours of the morning, a person looked up to the dark sky and saw something which is truly bizarre. What looks like a giant circle of lights can be seen hovering motionless in the night sky. But what exactly is it? People in different parts of the world have witnessed this bizarre phenomenon on several occasions, with another similar sighting reported in several South Asian countries.
I think that's a great picture of how they be sitting in the clouds. You know what I mean? How they be hiding, using the clouds to disguise their position.
With another similar sighting reported in several South Asian countries. Viewers, however, are pretty uncertain on whether this is real or just CGI. But is this a UFO or just very good video editing? You decide.